let's start with a question.
Okay.
Okay. Because it's an interesting one to me. This is from Larry from Toronto. We get them from all over the world.
We do.
I love all these post-game videos you're doing, Skip. Keep them coming. But Ernestine, are you stuck needing to stay up with Skip until these videos get posted?
I used to.
Good question.
That is a very good observation.
Yep.
But I won't do it anymore. It's just.
Oh, thanks.
Well, I
appreciate the
can't
support.
live your life, so
Yeah.
I can't just say, oh, is it okay to walk inside the living room now where you're doing it? Is it okay? So now I just abort, and I say, I'm going in the back room, and I'm going to watch my TV. I'm going to watch my Hallmark movies. I'm going to watch my House Hunter International, and I'm going to then go to sleep because I'm not going to stay up. He likes to stay up, and then he'll say, oh, I'm going to go to sleep in a little while, and then an hour goes by, and 2 hours go
Okay.
by, and I don't want to do it.
All right, so I have a new professional life because I have left television to try to go solo on digital shows.
I know.
And I'm doing several, including this one.
know.
But I'm also doing at night after games, and it's very late East Coast time, pretty late here in the West. We're in LA. But I do instant react videos, and they usually go, I don't know, 15, 16, 17 minutes.
Well,
and
sometimes they're longer.
Well, I did one on Tom Brady last week, but it wasn't really a game react. It was a Brady react.
Yeah, but then you
'cause he
do it, and
blasted
sometimes it's
me.
like an hour or something. I
No,
don't know.
I mean, it might.
And then by
it
the time
might
you
take-
post it, and then you try and look at it, and then decide maybe I don't like it, and so it.
No,
takes,
I don't ever
it's not
do
like
it
a
over.
5-minute thing.
I might start over one time because I get off to a rocky start. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going,
Yeah.
but they're pretty complex, deep, point of views off games, and I love it because it harks back to my earliest newspaper days when I was a columnist, a boy columnist, young gun columnist, and I would do games on deadline. I'd have 30 minutes
Right,
to
but
write
you are somebody who
700
likes
words.
to live on deadline.
I like to
You're
live
a
on the
deadline
edge.
person.
So I
You like
enjoy.
to live on the edge.
Yeah,
You like
hey,
to.
hey, it's
Here's
okay.
Tyler.
I know, she's okay.
He likes to live on the edge. He's somebody that has to have a deadline put in front of him to be able to function.
Okay.
I don't need the deadline put in front
So
in
for
front of
8
me.
years out here in LA, when I first came to Fox, FS1, Undisputed, I got up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I
So
know.
it meant I went to sleep never before like 9:30, probably 10. I'd sleep for 4 hours. Then I would come home after
No, and then
Undisputed
sometimes
and take
11
a nap.
if there was a late
I know.
game, and then you
during
get
the
3
NBA
hours.
playoffs. The NBA playoffs are my toughest time of year because it's late, relentlessly every single night.
Yeah.
There's more, hey, you got to wait. You got to wait. That's a good girl.
Yeah.
She watches every game with me at my feet. She loves the NBA. She's addicted to it almost as
she's
much as I am. It's
Quarantined
okay.
in there,
It's
but
okay.
that's a
It's
whole
okay.
different
Hey,
story.
hey, hey.
But anyway.
But the point is, now all that went out the window where I don't have to get up at 2 o'clock, so I can stay up later.
But
and
you are still a creature of habit
Yeah.
because you don't let things go. You still live on this deadline as if you're getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's this regimented schedule that is still, it's in you. It's just embroidered in your being or whatever.
my
so
psyche.
yeah.
You know?
So anyway,
Okay,
I don't
but
want to get up at 2 anymore. I used to get up. I would hear
so
him.
now I'm
and-
posting these late night videos, and I get very up for them, and I have to reach down and sort of bring out the outside me, and
Right.
I unleash, and she.
So I do not want to sit
Hazel
around
always
here
sits at
anymore.
my feet, out at
Well,
my.
she has to.
station, and-
she doesn't have much to say. She doesn't have a right, really.
She doesn't have a right.
No, she doesn't have a right to say what
But
she
she
wants.
enjoys listening to my videos
Well,
as opposed to
she's
you,
just
who
listening
never
to you,
would
your
watch one of my
voice.
videos.
Right.
You used to watch me on TV, but that went away.
Yeah, 8 years, and then before that, 12 years.
Yeah.
I never missed one
She never missed.
first
Now
take
she
or
never
undisputed
sees.
because I was up and I watched every single show.
True.
Unless I was
I give you
traveling for
that.
work or I was doing something.
I give
and
you
then
that.
I taped it. So I could have
I give
filled
you
in
that.
for your moderator.
Okay, now you've never watched one of my videos because
No, I
they
don't watch them that
count,
much because I
but
can
whatever.
hear you. If I have to hear you, then
You-
why do I
you
have to
do.
watch it? I
You-
don't.
you
I'm
can
not
hear me.
I'm not a groupie.
Okay, so you're my
I
wife.
believe. Yes, and I believe in what you do, but I don't have to stand there and say, "Oh my God, that's so wonderful! Oh my God, oh my God!" So
Okay, but I throw myself into it,
that's
and
your
then all of a
job,
sudden
so?
I'm way up, and it was Friday night
Yeah.
that I was way, way down because my Thunder had gone to
I
Denver
know.
and blown a game. They
know.
had the ball in their hands with 37 seconds left and a 3-point lead, and they
I
lost.
know. I know. I turn the TV
overtime.
on in my room just to see what's going on, so I know what the mood is when I
Okay.
come out. So that's
Okay,
what I
so
do.
it was Friday night, which was supposed to be date night, blown apart by the NBA playoffs.
There's no more date night. It just is what it is.
Okay, but
When you
there
have
will
your-
be a date night
Yeah.
when this is over, but not
Whenever, but
not now.
It's very
I'm
hard. We
stuck.
live in a world of sports. There's a
live in
sport
a world of
every
sports.
12 months a year. There's sports going on.
Okay, so I go into the bedroom and knock on the door because I don't hear anything from you, and I
Right,
think,
'cause I
well,
was
did
trying
you
to
just turn
sleep.
out the lights and go completely
yeah. Well,
to
after a
sleep?
while, I just give it up.
Because
I'm not going to stay
Hazel
up.
would usually sleep right beside you, and so she's with me, and so I'm like, I don't know what to do with
Right.
Hazel now. So do I go in and wake you up, or
Well,
what
I wasn't
do I do?
sleeping. I was just laying there,
She
and
was
I was
laying
kind
on
of
the bed.
zoning out.
So I knock on the door, and I hear a, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, well, now she's awake.
Right. So he said, "Oh, are you up?" Well, now I'm fully up. So
Okay.
then he said, "Hey, I think I'm going to eat something."
Yeah.
It's like
and I was
10:30 at
hoping,
night.
since it was date night, we could salvage the end of date night, because by now it's about
Well,
11 maybe.
well, if
And
somebody
I'm
is
thinking,
sleeping and then they're going to get up and now they're going to just, if I did
I
that
just
to
thought
you,
it wasn't like
if
we had to
I-
get up early on Saturday.
Okay, if I did that to you, you would be like, "I'm sleeping. What are you doing?" But I'm not as crazy as you are. At least I did get up and I said, I'll fix something. And then we watched a Jeopardy. We watched two Jeopardies.
Jeopardies.
And then I just said, I've had enough. Because
Okay.
you woke me up. It's like hard to go back to sleep. It's like when you would leave at 4 in the morning. I heard you at 2. I'm up at 3:30. I heard you undo the security alarm at 10 of 4. Boop, 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 boop. And then I hear you put it back on. Boop, 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 boop.
Yep.
And then I know you're leaving. And now I'm trying to, and then at 10 after 4, when you got to Fox, you would text me because I say, text me. And then you say,
Yeah.
I'm here. And then I have to try to go back to sleep for another 45 minutes to an hour. So do you know what? That is called broken sleep.
Yeah.
So I lived for 8 years with broken sleep. So now it's like, wow, if I can get 5, 6, 7 hours straight, that's like a miracle.
So we immediately had a clash because when I walked into the bedroom, I couldn't help it. I try not to inflict sports on you, but my team that I have put all eggs in one
I
basket,
know.
as in
Oklahoma
basketball,
City.
was
I've
Oklahoma
been
City
there.
from the start of the season. So I did it in football with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
I said they're going to win the Super Bowl before it started season, and they
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
And now I say the Thunder are going to win the NBA championship, even though people say it's the team nobody fears, nobody
Right.
cares about, nobody
Right.
watches except me
I like 'em.
in Oklahoma City. You
Except
like
when they
some
do,
of
don't
them.
they do the all for one
They do
after
all
when they
for
do the
one
post? Everybody
Yes.
has to get into the act.
Okay, but
Stupid.
my MVP, SGA, Shea
I know who he
Gilgeous-Alexander,
is.
had gone selfish, Batman, I'm Batman, you're Robin,
Right.
to Jalen Williams, and Jalen Williams had a hot hand and he didn't let him shoot. So I'm worked up, I'm out of my mind,
Right.
I'm very emotional and over emotional at this point,
Right.
and I need to say it.
Well, you should do a video.
I just did a video.
Oh, so then what do you need
I just
another?
finished
What do
the
you
video.
need? This is part
Okay.
2? It's like,
No. Well, I
okay,
just need
I'm
to
worked
tell.
up. I did a video. Now I've got to come
Look,
into you and say,
I know,
do
but
you
I-
believe that my team lost? And then
I
I've got to
just
become
need
the
to
next.
tell my wife in a nutshell that takes 32
I
seconds
understand
that
everything
my
that
team
happens.
blew it.
Yeah, but the
It
30
went to-
seconds, you take a recap. It's like I'm
Okay.
sitting reading a newspaper of what the recap is. You don't take 30 seconds.
I
You're
take
like,
30 seconds.
do you know?
I barely hit
blah,
the
blah, blah.
lowlights.
Right,
You know,
whatever.
they lost.
Okay.
In overtime, they lost the overtime 11-2 because they had 2 huge chances just to outright win the game
Okay.
in regulation,
I
and
get
they
it.
did not take
I
advantage.
get it. They lost.
Okay, so I'm trying to tell you and commiserate.
Well, I just woke up. I'm half
little
asleep.
bit. No,
and,
you're not.
Well, I was. I
Okay.
was sleeping. What are you
You were
talking about?
fine.
I was kind of zoning out. So I'm kind of in a low, like a, I'm in a Zen kind of mode in my
Okay,
head.
so-
And then you come in. Do you believe they lost? Do you believe? I say, well, how many games are left? And you say, well, it
it's
depends
2
on
to
who's going to
1.
win. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's 4 out of 7. So I
It's
say to
4
you,
out of
well,
7.
there's going to be another game. Do you understand that they are
they're in
favored
grave-
to
they're
win or
favored
lose or
I
whatever?
tried to explain. They've been favored all year to win the championship, and they're now down 2-1 with another game in Denver that could make them 3-1, 3-1, and they're not going to come back
Okay,
from that.
and then I said, you said, well, you know. I said, well, how do I know these
Okay,
things?
well, they've
You
been
do
the
this-
best team all
Yeah,
year
but
long, and now they're in dire straits.
You do this all the
in
time,
Denver.
as long as I've known you, with the sports world. Okay, when I met you, I had never even been to a game, ever, a real game, an NFL, an NBA. I went to one baseball game. That was it. But I don't know all the back history. I know a lot about sports now, and I can talk sports with guys, and I know all the players and all of that. Oh, please.
A little bit.
No, a little bit is more than. Listen, 20 years I've had like this course of learning every guy, who they are, what
Yeah.
team they were on before. They're like all my friends. I know who they are. I know their families. I look them up. I know exactly, are they a three-point shooter? Are they a point guard? Are they whatever? Most people don't even know that. A lot of people don't even care. So
You
when
do know block charge. You
I
know,
knew
like
it, the
foul or
horse
charging.
collar, I know them all, the
Okay, that's
terms.
football,
Right,
but
I know
that's
that it's
okay.
football.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
I know that it's
Okay.
football. What do
All
you
right.
think, I'm stupid?
No,
And
I don't
then,
think you're stupid.
then it's like,
That's why I said you
right,
know better
then,
than that.
But there are some things I don't know. No, I don't know the intricate, okay, whatever. And you do that all the time. You don't, if I came to you and I said to you, hey, do you believe that Hallmark actress used to be on, now she jumped ship and she's on Greater American Family, and you'd be like, what do I care? I don't know. That's what you do to me, but you give me like, oh, you should know this. I don't have to
I know,
know
but
this.
You're
I
comparing
should.
a Hallmark actress to
Yeah.
Oklahoma City
Yeah.
potentially
It's
down 3-1
entertainment. It's
to the Denver
entertainment.
Nuggets.
It's
I know,
entertainment.
but it's horrifying what I was going through, and I just needed you to commiserate for a moment,
I
and then
have
I
to
would have gone
commiserate
on.
with you every time your team loses, every time. This is an everyday thing. Every day there's somebody who's losing that you wanted. So I can't live 24/7 commiserating.
Okay, all right. So the point is that we had a little spat about
It
it.
wasn't really a spat. I just said to you,
I thought it was a spat.
You think everything is a spat.
Okay, but
I
she
said
got-
I don't know these things. And I
She
really
got
don't want to learn. I don't care.
testy with me for a moment, like give me a break.
Well, I said, give me a break. I
then
don't have to know this.
To her credit, she did
I walked out of
salvage
the
date
room.
night. You got to turn your phone off
I
now.
don't know who that is. Somebody, it's some kind of, I
They're
don't
calling you to let somebody in the complex.
No,
or
it's some
something.
kind of
Okay.
robocall.
Oh, it's a robocall. Okay, forget about that.
Robo-man.
My
Anyway.
phone's in my
other
office.
room.
so
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so the point is that you did get up and you did come in and we did watch
Yeah.
2 Jeopardies.
I gave in and I
we,
said,
we
all right,
kind
I'll
of
watch
salvaged
Jeopardy.
the night,
Yeah.
and that's
It was
called
fine.
sacrifice, and
Yeah,
that's
I
compromise. And
that's what it's
we
all
kind of
about.
went on to Saturday in a little better place than we probably were when we
I wasn't
slightly
mad Friday
clashed.
night. That wasn't a big deal. Anyway,
Yeah, and
so that's the answer to the question
yes,
about,
and speaking of pet peeves that you have,
Yeah.
you're also on a new kick of you get upset at me. No, it's okay, Hazel. It's okay. You get upset at me
Yeah.
when we maybe take Hazel for a walk and we come in and it's a night where we're going to relax for a few minutes.
oh, this is classic. You do this. I love to, I wonder
I
if,
don't know,
I'm
but
sure
you
I'm
keep
not the
bringing it
only
up
one.
to me that it's
I'm-
my fault.
I'm not the only one, I'm sure, that
Okay.
deals with this, but I deal with it all the time. I don't understand. We go out wherever we are. It's not always just walking the dog to the mall. We do other things besides walk the dog to the mall. But whenever we come back in, and then you say to me, as soon as we walk in the door, you go, I'm really hungry. I have to eat. And I go, yeah, I'm hungry too. And then before I know it, it's like a bewitched thing. You snap your fingers and you're ready. You've taken a shower. You've thrown on your sweatpants and your t-shirt to hang out in. You're ready for the night, sitting on the couch. What do you want to see? I haven't even come in through the door. And then you go to me, how long are you going to be? Well, I too would like to take a shower, would like to, cool out before I sit down. I don't understand how you don't think somebody has to feed the dog. Somebody has to, of course, I do more things about, I'm more anal about the dirt in the house. So I spray the bottom of the shoes. I put them on the rack as soon as we walk in. And then we go in the other room. And if there's laundry in the washer that has to be put in the dryer, I do that. And you just walk in like you walk in with tunnel vision. Okay, I have to eat and I have to sit down and let's start the night. do you not understand like other things? It's like, do you think like you just sit and the world around you just takes care of these things by osmosis? Like I don't understand. I don't get it. I'd
I don't
like to
either.
eat.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Go
so
eat.
my problem is,
I'm on a time
okay,
frame. Is that what you're going to say?
no, I do work out hard, and I can't help it. I go at it hard, and so after
Well,
I've lifted
okay.
weights, if I wait too long, they say if you wait more than an hour after you lift weights, you won't benefit
Who's
if you don't put any
saying
protein.
this?
Well, it's just the way it
Tom
is.
Brady?
No,
I mean, who's saying this?
not Tom Brady.
Tom Brady doesn't eat tomatoes, so then for the longest time you didn't eat tomatoes. A tomato is healthy for you.
I
What
know,
does
but
Tom
they're-
Brady know? He's not a nutritionist.
They're acidic on your joints. They make your joints
I've
ache.
eaten them. I've got good joints.
Okay, yeah, you do, but you don't work out quite as hard as I do. You work out.
I work out
steadily.
every single day.
You do, but after I've lifted weights, and then maybe we take Hazel for a walk.
Yeah.
Then I'm honest that I say, hey, I need to eat
I know, but
pretty soon,
I
like
don't
within
understand.
15
Look at me.
minutes.
I don't understand. We walk in.
And it's not
you
like
can't just walk
it's not
in
like
and
she
just go.
cooks because she doesn't
I don't cook.
We have prepared
Right.
food.
Or
Mine's
I get
microwavable.
pizza or something.
Yeah.
But you can't just walk in and just say, okay, I'm walking right to the kitchen. There. You like to take a shower. You like to get ready to hang out for the night. But I'm not allowed to do that because I have to completely walk in. I have to take a shower. I have to get dressed and undressed. So you have to allot other people for that time zone.
So what she does to me on a consistent basis is, if we have a plan that we're going to eat in 15 or 20 minutes, just to show me she also has a life, she'll start doing other things in the house
I'm not
just
doing
to
things-
piss me
no,
off.
I'm not.
Just,
That is
just
so-
to draw a line in the sand to say, I have my own life. I have to
That
do
is
these
not
things
true.
that could be done
The
later.
wash, like say the wash is in there, it has to go into the dryer. Or the dog, we walk the dog, and her feet are dirty from walking outside. So somebody has to clean the bottom of her feet.
Yep.
I'm the one that cleans the bottom of her feet. And
You
then
do?
I
give
clean
you
the
that.
bottom of the shoes. I spray them
So,
and I put them on the rack.
Invariably,
So then I just feed him. I just give him his food and I say,
she does
just
that,
go
but
eat.
invariably, I'll go get ready, and then I'll hear you talking, and I'm like, who are you talking to? And I'll open the kitchen door, and you'll be standing in the kitchen doing nothing, talking to her sister Joyce.
No, I don't do
She
that.
often calls Joyce,
No.
and I'm like,
No,
I thought we were
the
going to eat.
food is cooking while I'm
No.
talking. I can do two things at
No,
once.
no.
The food is in the microwave.
Draw a line in
because
the sand.
Oh,
I
so
have
you
a
can't
life too.
speak unless you can't speak
Well, you don't
while
need
you're
to
doing
call
something.
Joyce when we're going to have a night
Well,
together.
if she's just telling me something while I'm in the kitchen
I know,
cooking,
but
I can
you're
multitask.
talking about nothing, just stuff.
What do you censor what I can speak to? Unless it was meaningful, you can't
You're
speak to your
gossiping
sister.
about something,
So
or something
what?
happened at our office. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
just something
Whatever.
that doesn't
called
really
life.
have to be talked about at that moment.
Oh.
And so I'm like, okay, I'll
Well,
watch
the
TV by
general
myself.
is very the general. I can only go sit down and eat and watch TV, and that's all we can do.
No, it's not like that.
Oh.
But you take it very hard, and I'm pretty low maintenance.
Oh, God,
I
here we
am.
go.
I don't ask for anything.
Oh,
I don't
poor
have any
Skip.
rules
He
for
asks
you.
for
You-
nothing.
You can do whatever you want. You
Oh
can
my
go wherever
God.
you want.
He's low maintenance.
Yeah.
As your mother once told me, what was it? He's very easygoing. How
She
long
said
did you
that?
live with your mother?
Wow.
Your mother,
I'm surprised
1
she would
year
say that.
since she was born. You got 1 year with your mother.
Yeah, that's probably true.
That's true.
I mean, you're always doing whatever you. The other day, you went to lunch with some guy. I don't know who it was. Some guy that you know from something.
Of course, I went to lunch with Eric, the guy who I got my housekeeper from.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
You could have joined in.
I could have,
You never want to go out of the house unless it's to go somewhere to work out
or to play golf.
or to play golf. So there you go. We weren't having lunch at the golf course.
Yeah. Okay. Enough of your pet peeves.
Yeah,
I
my
think we
pet
just
peeves
settled that.
went out the window.
Okay.